baby boy. His name is Ashton Phoenix.
Davila. Don't forget the Davila.
Davila.
Thank you.
We came up with his name like the day before we went to the hospital.
I came up with the name.
Well, we decided on it because Ashton was like a choice we had. But welcome back to our channel. Today's video is
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining. Today's video is gonna be about. It's gonna be like a little story time of our birth to our son.
Her birth
just
to our son.
Just everything that happened, like leading up to it, and then right before, and then when it happened, and all those details. It started the day before. Yeah, the day before I gave birth to him. Like it started in the morning. I started like with contractions.
Oh yeah, I was working.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell me anything at all day.
Because I didn't know if it was like actually contractions. Like I didn't like want to go to the hospital and it was nothing. So yeah, I had contractions all day, but they weren't consistent. It just felt like cramps.
I was working. To me, it was a regular day.
Yeah.
To her, it was like.
I mean, it wasn't like that all day. Like I was like they were like in the morning, and then I think I told you I wanted to go to the doctor's.
No, you didn't mention anything to me about at all. But I got home and you said you were in pain, and I was like, it's fine.
Oh yeah, I had an appointment coming up that I was thinking of canceling because just the appointments that I was having, they were like so short and so like
Useless.
pointless. So I was thinking of canceling that appointment, but then I told him maybe I shouldn't cancel it because I don't know. I was having that pain, and
Hopefully
then
you got that on camera. You went like, well, whatever. You're gonna see. I'm gonna look stupid doing it.
so yeah, I was having those contractions. I told him maybe I should go to my appointment, and then as the day went on, like they got a little bit stronger. One of our friends came over, and she was here, and I told her like I'm starting to feel pain, like it's starting to actually hurt. And she even said it, oh, maybe it's gonna be time soon. I didn't really think so, but then it's crazy. Like Anthony got home, and around that time, like they were just getting worse. Like they were getting really bad.
And that day I was supposed to make my bag. Like I've been saying to make a bag, to make a bag,
He
to make
kept
a bag.
saying.
And I was like, okay, today I'm gonna actually make it.
Yeah.
Because whatever.
So that day that we went to the hospital, like we were already planning. He was already planning to make his bag.
She told me she was in pain. And I was like, okay, baby.
I guess I'll make a bag.
I guess. You said something like, yeah, but I don't want to go or whatever. I was like, okay, it's fine. If you want, I can stay awake. I can play like Fortnite or something. So we don't go to sleep and then I wake up grumpy. But then her pain was getting worse.
It literally was getting worse while he was here taking a shower.
And I was like, I guess I have to make my bag today.
Yeah, because he saw like I was really in pain, and like I would stop whatever I was doing and just like go through it and cry. Yeah, I had one contraction while he was in the shower that was so bad. Like I was holding onto the pillow really tight, and I felt bad because Amy kept touching me, and like I didn't want her
She's
touching
so sweet.
me.
She's so beautiful. She goes like, "You okay?"
Oh yeah. She said
If
that.
you cry or baby cries, she goes like, "Baby, okay?"
Yeah, she asked if you're okay. She's so sweet. But yeah, I was timing the contractions. Towards the end, I started timing them because they say like if for 1 hour you're having 1 minute contractions that are 5 minutes apart, that it's time to go to the hospital.
Were you having them like almost 1 minute apart? Oh
Yeah.
no, that was like by the hospital.
Towards the end, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I timed them, and they were definitely
Don't give me
they were definitely meeting that criteria. So, and the app even says like go to the hospital. It told me 3 times to go to the hospital. But like I didn't want to go unless like it was for sure that I was gonna give birth. But by the end of it, like I knew, like it was so painful. I told Anthony, like I turned on the car. We called Kayla, our friend who was gonna watch Amy. He told her to come. My bags were already packed. The baby's bags were packed, so Anthony just put everything in the car. I said bye to Amy. I feel bad because like when we were like getting ready to go, Amy grabbed her boots and her jacket, and she was getting ready to go. But she always does that when we're gonna go somewhere. On the way to the hospital, I was having really bad contractions. They were getting stronger and closer together. Thank God the hospital was only like 20 minutes away, so we got there pretty fast. Sometimes I felt like it wasn't fast enough, but when you're going through the contraction, it's like, it's so bad. Like, it's so strong. With Amy, like...
It was raining too.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like speak.
Yeah.
Or get stopped. And then like, hey,
Yeah, the
I'm
last thing-
stating because I'm going to the hospital. Like,
I think cops probably... I wonder if cops, like, stop that situation a lot, but...
I mean, they probably stop you, but it's a waste of time. Like, having to wait for them to come approach you. Hey, I'm giving birth. Oh, whatever. Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
jeez.
I would
Okay,
do
go.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I don't want to go through a contraction while being stopped. But anyway, with my first, like, with Amy, I did not, like, have any contractions. Like, her birth and this birth were so different. With Amy, my water just broke, and that's why I went to the hospital. Like, once your water breaks, it's time for labor. And then with him, I just got contractions. So, like, I hadn't really experienced contractions like that before, because I was in the hospital the first time for my first birth, and they just gave me the epidural. This time it was really bad.
we had to wait in the waiting room.
I think they were waiting. Honestly, I feel like they were waiting for it to see if I was really like.
No,
contracting.
they were waiting for. They were busy, and the wheelchair people were busy. They didn't have.
So we
one
were
available.
in the like in the emergency room lobby, waiting for someone to pick me up. I was sitting there and getting my contractions. The people in the lobby were looking at me, and I heard one guy like talk about me. I don't remember what he said, but I heard him say contractions, and I just couldn't like hold in the pain. Like when you're like, experiencing a contraction, you really don't care who hears you or sees you. It's like the worst. But then they took me to. Normally, like you go to triage, which is like they make sure that you really are going to be in labor, and then you go to your first room, which is where you deliver the baby, and then after that you go to your other room, that like after labor room. But I guess because my contractions were obviously so bad and I was in so much pain, they sent me straight to a delivery room, labor room, and like they just started everything. They started my IV. I did the COVID test, and I never found out the results.
I mean, I don't think they come and tell you, hey, you're negative.
They said that the next day I would find out.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
I wonder if I have COVID. I don't know. It wasn't that bad, honestly. Like I thought they were gonna go all the way back into like my brain, but they just did like I don't know. They stuck a Q-tip, a scanning Q-tip, and just turned it for like 10 seconds each nostril.
Okay, whoever has had the COVID test, the nurse said that they just changed it, I don't know, a couple days ago or whatever. Where they don't go and search for COVID in your brain. That's the one she got. So
Thank God.
it wasn't as bad
I was so nervous
as
about
the
it.
brain one.
I was so nervous about it, and it turned out to be so easy. So while they were doing all those things to me, like the IV and blood tests and all that, like they were asking me questions, and I was having contractions, and like I hated it because I would experience the contractions, and they wanted stuff from me and to do stuff to me, and I was just in so much pain. I was getting the epidural. I was so scared I was gonna get a contraction during the epidural, and I did. This is a little bit TMI, but it's about birth. Like it happens. Like the pain of the contraction was so bad that I felt like I needed to push, and I was pushing, and I ended up like peeing on myself, which is, it's funny. Like you like lose control of your body, and, like the pain, just it was bad. Once the epidural kicked in, obviously I felt like so much better. I forgot that the epidural makes you feel so relaxed, so I felt like so chill, and I don't know, I was just in such a good mood after. Obviously, after experiencing so much pain and feeling nothing, it was amazing. Like I slowly, from my toes up my legs, like I just started to feel numb. There was a certain part that wasn't quite like getting numb, but then eventually it did. And like within an hour, like I was like already 8 centimeters dilated. Then they gave me Pitocin to try to like speed it up even faster. I don't know why they did that, but they wanted to make it go even faster than what it was going. Maybe I had stopped dilating, I guess, but the baby's heart rate like started to drop with each contraction. They said like basically like he didn't like what the Pitocin was doing, so they stopped it. But then like I think another hour after or shortly after, like I was at a 10. Like I was laying there in bed and I felt like I needed to poop, like really bad. And then a nurse came in and she checked me and she's like, nope, that's just baby. Like that's just baby like ready to come out. So the nurse came in and the doctor came in and she checked me and like she basically said it's time. She looked around the room and she's like asked like, okay, so do we have everyone here that needs to be here for the birth? And they said yes, and they just started getting everything ready.
I was sleeping.
Anthony was sleeping. Like he had been sleeping, I don't remember how long.
40 minutes.
I think 40 minutes he slept. I woke him up and like a couple minutes later you already saw the head, right? You look down there.
Literally they were like, okay, wake up. And I woke up, stand up, and the baby got up.
Yeah, it was 3 pushes. I pushed 3 times. It's crazy because with my first, like, I say it a lot, like my first and second births, they're so different. With my first, I pushed for an hour. Like I was pushing and pushing and I couldn't really feel, I guess, what I was doing because of the epidural. But I still had the epidural with this birth and I only pushed 3 times, a couple minutes, and that's it, the baby was here. They put him on top of me, like I couldn't believe it. It's like the feeling when you see your baby, like it's just so crazy, so surreal. You know, I don't know, it's weird, but like you know you're pregnant, but then you see the baby and it's just so crazy. You can't believe that you had that inside you.
Can't relate.
Can't relate. Anthony, every time he would see like the baby or feel the baby when I was pregnant, he was like grossed out.
It was weird.
I think it's amazing.
I think about like a little monster, you know?
Yeah, a little evil.
Think about like something going like that inside the belly. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I also didn't tear, which I really thought I was gonna do because we're not making fun of me.
I'm not making fun. Why would I make fun of you?
Okay, what was I saying?
You didn't tear.
I didn't tear, so no stitches, which makes recovery down there faster. So I was happy about that. So yeah, like I feel like this birth was really fast. Really, like we didn't expect the day for it to happen because there was nothing like leading up to it. So yeah, nothing, like I wasn't getting any signs that I was gonna give birth. So it was like, oh, and it was on our anniversary, like the day we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Like I started having contractions.
The day after.
And then the day after, no, on the day of our anniversary, and then the day after I gave birth. And I'm happy about that because I want us to have like our own date, our anniversary date, and then him to have like his birthday.
Happy anniversary! What are we doing for the baby?
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically our birth story. It was a really good birth. I'm like so happy with my experience because I feel like I got 2 like good experiences with both my births. It was like bad in the moment, but at least I got to experience what contractions are like feeling that urge to push, and then that's it. I wanted my epidural because it was too much.
At least I went through it. Stop it. Hey,
Yeah.
give me some of that.
Give me the good
some
stuff.
of that.
Yeah. I don't know how freaking people do it, man. I don't know how people like don't get the epidural, but I don't know. I want to enjoy my birth. Like I can't enjoy it if I'm dying. I had an easy labor and thankfully I had an easy pregnancy and thankfully an easy labor. Baby boy's here and healthy and he completes our little family. We're so happy. It's been so awesome to see Amy with her brother because she's so sweet. She's so like loving to him and
She's sweet.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's basically it. That's our birth story.
So thanks for watching. We'll be back with more videos. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Do us a favor.
Bye. Thanks for hearing about what it was like to give birth to me.
Okay. You should wake up because then you don't sleep all night. La, si buena, baby.